Brian De Palma's Carrie was one of the first films I reviewed on this channel, and now I'm discussing Kat Shea's sequel, The Rage, Carrie 2. It was hard for me to get my thoughts together about this movie, as The Rage couldn't get its act together. This film has many good elements offset by subpar execution. The Rage is ultimately a poorly realized rehash of the original horror classic. Let's start with the good points. Emily Bergl, as Rachel, our new Carrie, is a natural, sensitive actress. She and her boyfriend, Jason London, who looks uncannily like Matthew Broderick, have good chemistry together. The high school jocks and mean girls are deceptive, despicable, and quite well acted, even if every main character looks far too old to be in high school. And this film has mind-blowing violence and some very inventive kills. Let's just say that I never thought that CDs could be used as a deadly weapon. The Rage has good performances, a convincing romantic subplot, and thrilling violence, but the characterization and main conflict are what really drag this film down. The high school jocks play a game in which they award each other points for sleeping with girls. Rachel, who works at a photo store, finds evidence of one jock, Zachary Ty Bryan, committing statutory rape with her best friend, played by Mina Suvari, who commits suicide early in the film. As such, a couple of jocks harass Rachel at night to keep her silent and prevent the boy from facing charges. That much makes sense. But for the rest of the film, the bullies plan to publicly humiliate Rachel, and Rachel's simple, limited character makes this feel pointless. The scorn and teasing Carrie endured was partly her fault. Carrie was shy, reserved, introverted, and very slow to trust people, rather like how I was 6 or 7 years ago. Carrie clearly displays a victim mentality, in which she acts and thinks like a victim. Rachel, on the other hand, doesn't feel like that at all. She is a bit of an outcast, but she has some friends and appears confident and assertive. Rachel reminds me of Andy Sachs from The Devil Wears Prada, in that it's hard to believe that anyone would see Anne Hathaway or Emily Bergl as unattractive or unpopular. The way Rachel's classmates view her is a bit of a paradox. The jocks and cheerleaders dislike Rachel because she's different and unpopular, but she's unpopular precisely because the jocks and cheerleaders don't accept her. The abuse Carrie suffered was unacceptable, but you at least saw a reason, namely her victim mentality, for the bullies to pick on her. This allowed her character to grow more confident and find inner strength, until that fateful moment when she's pushed too far. But Rachel is confident from the beginning, has friends, and doesn't seem like a target for bullying. This makes the plan to humiliate her feel like superficial bitchiness on the part of the jocks and cheerleaders. The massacre at the climax, while cool and bloody, isn't as satisfying as it could have been. Rachel doesn't develop, and the main bullying plot thread doesn't make much sense. A lot of real schoolyard bullying doesn't make sense, but in the original Carrie you understood on some level why Carrie was being bullied. This gave her a reason to grow and improve. But Rachel in The Rage is a pretty blank character. The bullies had it coming, but you're wondering why they were bullying Rachel in the first place. This makes it hard to emotionally invest yourself in The Rage. The Rage has good performances, decent romance, and an awesome final massacre, but these are the only things the film has going for it. The Rage, Carrie 2, doesn't deserve all the bad press, but it's not very good either. But killing a mean cheerleader by making her glasses implode back into her eyes is bloody genius. For that, I give The Rage, Carrie 2, 3 stars out of 5. Carrie was remade 3 years later by David Carson, and Stephen King's novel was also adapted into an infamously bad musical in 1988.
Put aside that past to write a future. More than a year has gone by since I
reviewed the original Carrie. What better way is there to bring my channel full circle in time for my 200th video? Thank you for watching. Cheers!